It is 10:30, well, 4 minutes after 10:30. Good morning. Welcome to Central Valley Talk. We're live and local on this Wednesday. It is the 4th of August. Happy August. Last time I saw you, we were in July. So we are now officially in the 8th month of 2021. Hard to believe. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So school is getting ready to start in the next few weeks, whether you're here in California, up in Oregon. It is that time of year again. My daughters actually are going to be starting kindergarten. That is hard to believe, in less than a week. And joining us for tips on how to prepare your kiddos for back to school 2021. I've got Lisa Autry in studio with us here in the Tower District. Hello there, welcome back.
Thanks, Austin. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be back to talk about this exciting topic, right? Chaos, transitions, overwhelm, right?
Yes. Now, Lisa is with the Diaries Incorporated, as well as the Millionaire Mamas Club.
Yep.
And also, Lisa went to high school with my wife, so
Yep. We're all intertwined.
We are. Okay, first off, give everybody a background on Daughter Diaries.
Okay, so I started the Daughter Diaries over 3 years ago now, and it was to kind of help women and mothers find themselves in motherhood. And through there, I started a free community called Millionaire Mamas Club, and it's what I call an intentional transformation. How can you have a clean home? How can you have good routines and systems? How can you become financially free and just step into your best self in women in motherhood and just being your best self? And that includes raising confident children and seeing them towards their success as well.
So you have a book.
Yep, it's getting there.
It's
Very
getting
close.
there. That's
Yes.
very exciting. Last time you were on with me, you were just kind of in the end stages of the fundraising campaign.
Yep.
So where is it at now?
We're currently in legal and editorial. So there's so many different ways to publish a book, and I knew, since I was including a lot of data and references and research, that I want to do this the right way. So I went and contacted an IP attorney. We just went through legal edits, then we're going to go through line edits, proofing, and then it's a published work of art. And it's pretty much what I talk about in intentional transformation, how to elevate your life for success in motherhood, and beyond, really.
And you're based in the Madera Ranchos area.
Yep, just about 10 minutes north of here.
So, but anybody across the country, across the world can benefit from what you teach.
Exactly. It's really fundamental. So how to kick the clutter from your home, how to build routines and systems based on your genetic makeup. I get into it. Like, everyone thinks differently and everyone behaves differently, so it's really how to build a routine around you and what works for you. And my degree is in finance and entrepreneurship, so I talk a lot about that, like how can you become financially free and feel empowered and controlled when it comes to money. And it's really this intentional transformation that helps you facilitate that, and you do things in a specific order. It's really, Austin, it's really kind of magical the way in which you do things,
I'm gonna do something real quick, because now if she agrees, that's amazing. If she doesn't, that's okay. Ava, can you come here real quick? Okay. Lisa brought her beautiful daughter Ava here today, and she's hanging out with us in studio.
Yep.
You're on TV.
Say hello,
First time ever.
She wanted to see what mommy does and how movies are made. So she was like, can I come? And I'm like, yep, you just have to sit and be good and listen. So she's doing so good so far.
This is the best moment of the show. Now, speaking of Ava, and kids all across the country and world right now, back to school is happening, and that's what we're focusing on today.
Yep, it's all about seamless transitions, because the first day of school, it's chaotic, it's overwhelming, and how can we adjust and alter that for your success starting day one and moving all throughout the school year. There's certain things that you can do starting now, whether it's a week away. Some of the districts are starting in 2 weeks. I know we're starting next week. And so what can you do now in order to have a calm, controlled, she's like, can I go sit down? Can I have a calm, controlled environment? And it starts with systems and simulating what the school atmosphere is like. It's really preparing your children, essentially.
So you have really three big avenues as far as tips
Yes.
today. So let's start with the first one.
The first one is starting your nighttime routine now. You know, the way we go to bed and the way we wake up really determines our success, right? So we have a good nighttime routine. That means you set a timer, and this is something a lot of us forget. It's like, oh man, it's 10 o'clock, we got to go to bed, guys. Set a timer, put it on your phone. The transitions are going to be a lot more seamless. Have them brush their teeth, wash their face, pick their clothes out for the next day. It doesn't matter if you're going to sit at home. Facilitate that, simulate what that environment is like, because they're going to get a better night's sleep. They're going to start earlier. You know, I know when it's summer, it's like it doesn't get dark till almost 9:30 at night. We're staying out, we're swimming, and all of a sudden it's like we're getting into bed at 10. Had they had school the next morning, they're grouchy, they're cranky. So having that set time, if you guys go to bed at 8, 8:30, whatever that looks like for your children to get enough rest, it depends on the age, right? Simulating that, saying, well, we're going to be in bed at 8:30, lights out at 8:45, you know, we'll read our book, we'll brush our teeth, you know, we'll say our good nights. But simulating that control. Doing what you can the night before too, like preparing what they're going to have for lunch, maybe not getting everything ready, but kind of setting the tone, as well as picking out clothes is going to make it a lot smoother the next day. And kind of segue into my second point that I wanted to make is starting out your morning right, facilitating what that structure and simulating that structure in your morning routine, because the mornings are chaotic. And this is, you know, my oldest is getting ready to start kindergarten, but we know mornings are chaotic. If you have to get out the door, yeah, she's like, yeah, it is crazy. It's chaotic. And so if you have to get out the door at a certain time, you're yelling, you're screaming, you're pulling things, and you're forgetting things. How many of us forget things, right? So you start it the night before and you do it the day of too. We have to get up at this time. You eat breakfast at this time. We have to brush our teeth, you know, do our hair, get our clothes on, all these little aspects that simulate that structure so that children know, okay, it's go time now. And so that helps them kind of understand where they're coming from, where they need to go, and just really creates that structured environment. Just like us, we like consistency, we like structure. They do too. They don't want life to be chaotic. They don't want to know what's coming next.
Sure.
What? Oh, wait, I had to go to school like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You know, they want, and that timer system will help. So you start out at the night and you transition into the morning too.
Last but not least, item 3.
Yes. Oh, okay. I'm like, item 3. Yes. My point 3 I want to make is get the kids excited, even for the unknowns. So last year, through a lot of women and mothers and just families in general, a huge curveball, right? I want you guys to, we as parents set the tone. If we are like negative and overwhelmed and stressed about what's this year going to look like for us, it is important to come out with a positive tone. And children often feel like the anxiety of starting school. Maybe, you know, it's like my oldest who is just starting school. We're doing homeschool, and I can talk a little bit about the parallels, but there's the unknown, and it's kind of fearful, and it's like, what's this going to entail? Talking to them, setting the tone, setting that positive atmosphere to say, hey, this is what you're going to learn how to read this year. You're going to learn about missions this year. You know, this is where you're going to learn all about the presidents, things like that kind of get them excited and build that excitement. And letting them know, we don't know what's going to go on this year. You know, like last year, if you have children that were already in school, but you know what? We'll make it the best we can, and we're just going to have fun, and we're going to learn in whatever atmosphere we need to, right? So setting the tone.
So as far as homeschooling, because I know a lot of parents are doing that this year, and I did read a report that more parents are actually transitioning to homeschool.
Yes.
Do you feel comfortable explaining why you've decided to do it?
You know, it's just a lot of different things. It's the lifestyle that my husband and I have. It offers us a little bit more freedom to where if we want to pack up and go somewhere, we can take our curriculum. And we had talked about the districts were still up in the air a few weeks ago, and I'm like, you know what, I want to be able to control what I can control and really create that structure. We tested it over the summer to see, is my youngest going to cooperate? And it was such an amazing learning environment, and having it to where it takes the home and it provides a different purpose, right? It automatically becomes a classroom. We work out in a specific area in our home, and it was really exciting. And ladies, those of you who are homeschooling, utilize these same three tips, you know, getting a nighttime routine, getting a morning routine, and setting a positive tone, because they need structure too. You know, it's a lot of people think, well, I'm homeschooling, they can do it whenever, but children still like consistency. We're going to start at 9:30 on the dot.
Okay.
And that's because I know she rolls out of bed at 8:30 normally, and she's like, I'm not ready to think and learn yet. Her optimal learning time is between 10 and 12, so we start at 9:30.
Perfect. Man,
And
she
so-
rolls out of bed at 8:30. My daughters are up twins at freaking 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, and
She's
that's my
amazing.
youngest. My youngest, and this is the interesting thing, Austin, is this is their chronotype. If you guys have heard anything about Michael Breas, their chronotypes, like you have the person who wants to stay up at night, that's a wolf. I'm a lion, I'm up early. My youngest is a lion too. She's a bear. They roll out of bed like, you know, later, and they're grouchy at first. I'm like, don't talk to me.
That's how I am.
And that's what's kind of cool about the homeschool environment is you can cater it to who your children are. But if you are sending them to school, the sooner that you can kind of create that structure, the sooner they can get into alignment with sleep habits and good eating habits and everything. It is all related.
People can learn more at thedaughterdiary.com. Anything else before we say goodbye this time?
No, just join. If you go down to the bottom of thedaughterdiary.com within services, you can join the Millionaire Mamas Club. I get questions all the time about what is homeschooling like, what does even systems and structure look like for out-of-school learning. And so you can join that free community. All you have to do is just input the information, and it sends you to my free Facebook page, and you can kind of watch my journey unfold, as well as me helping hundreds of other women facilitate their journey.
Ava,
too.
you want to come back in and do a wave goodbye?
Come here, come say goodbye.
Come on. I mean, this is just priceless right here.
She's my little buddy.
Yeah, she's so outgoing. I love it. Lisa and Ava, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Austin.
All right, I'm Austin Reed. You're watching Central Valley Talk. We'll be back with David Taub from GV Wire. That's coming up next. Stay tuned.